At St. Mary's Primary School in the heart of Cape Town, where this morning first graders and grade R pupils are coming to school for the first time, but also other pupils returning. At this stage, the figure is over 1.1 million learners that will be going to school today across the province. But that number, of course, can fluctuate as there are still pupils that need to be placed. The Department of Education telling us at this stage they don't have an exact figure because it changes day by day. Also, we know that overcrowding is an issue, but here at St. Mary's Primary School, all is going well. Everybody seems to be happy to be back at school. There were a few tears from the little ones, but so far all is going well. But to talk to us a little bit more about the Western Cape education issues, we have the MEC, Debbie Schaefer. Minister, good morning. MEC, good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. First of all, what is it looking like across the province? Are you ready for the school year?
We're as ready as we can be. We've put a lot of work into ensuring that we are prepared for the start of the school year. It's been going on since last year already. Stationery's been ordered, textbooks have been ordered and delivered. Our teacher allocations have been finalised in good time, even though there aren't enough of them, of course, but we've made sure that the schools are in a position to know how many they have so they can make the appointments. And yes, our teachers have been back at work this week for the last 2 days, getting ready the schools and classrooms. And yes, I'm sure we'll have a few issues, but overall I think we are as ready as we can be.
You've said this before, overcrowding is an issue in the province. Just talk to us about that. Why is there overcrowding in the schools in the Western Cape?
There are a number of reasons. First of all, budgetary issues. For the last 5 years at least, we've been getting a continual increase of learners coming into the province. So unfortunately, the money doesn't follow them. So we make very good plans, but the budget then has to be reallocated because of that, because the money doesn't follow the learners from places where they come from. And I've been raising this for many years with National Treasury and with DBE. Then, of course, there also are issues related to the wage negotiations, which are done by a national government, but which the provinces have to pay for. And it's always more than what we have in our budget, and we do not get that compensation back from National Treasury, unfortunately. So there again, we make plans and suddenly we have to find 160 or so million rand to pay these additional costs, which has not been in our budget. Provinces are not able to raise our own sources of revenue, so we are dependent on National Treasury for our allocation of the national revenue. That's two of the issues. The other issue, of course, is that one of our main strategies is retention of learners in the system. So the more people that we keep in the system, obviously the more teachers and classrooms we need. And given that we have the highest retention rate in the country between grade 10 and 12, that is also a factor that is impacting on our class sizes. So the economic situation in the country is not improving at all, and unfortunately I see it getting worse before it gets better.
On that note, we know that this morning there was a protest at Bergville Primary in Bishop Lavis. Some of the parents saying 51 learners in a class. That is the reality. Is there anything that can be or will be done about it?
We will obviously look at every individual case as it comes on. I haven't been made aware until now of that protest. So there are classes of 50 or more in a number of places. Unfortunately, that's certainly not what we want. But unfortunately, unless we have money for more classrooms and more teachers, we cannot do a lot about reducing it across the province. But if there are individual cases, there are sometimes people that come that are extra, and we may have 1 or 2 extra positions available, but we will assess those cases on their own merits.
Lastly, safety. We know that you're working closely with the police. What are you doing from the department side to keep people safe, especially in gang-ridden areas?
We are working closely with police because it's their primary mandate to keep communities safe. Our focus is on inside the school premises because that is our mandate. Unfortunately, sometimes gang issues do spill over into schools, but we have a number of things we're doing within the department as well. Schools must also take responsibility for making sure that they have their school safety committees in place, and we also do assist with that. We have a Safe Schools Directorate, we have a Safe Schools Hotline, we work with police, we are integral parts of the Prof Joints meeting, the Safe Schools Priority Committee, and we also work a lot with Metro Police in the City of Cape Town area to make sure that they are assisting us with law enforcement and school resource officers. So we do everything possible to keep our learners and teachers safe, but at the end of the day we do need really good policing, and I hope that we're going to see a real improvement in that respect now that we have a new provincial commissioner.
All right, this morning the state capture